We are the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association.
We are the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association.
Business in Pennsylvania.
And business in Pennsylvania is our business.
You were in D.C. recently, some individual meetings with members of Congress to talk about what we've done here in PA with the corrections system. What was that all about?
We had been invited down by and I forget now what the name of the group was, that the criminal justice group that held this hearing in which some senators and some congressmen came in and talked about criminal justice reform. And really what it is getting smarter about incarceration, getting smarter about the use of levels of not necessarily, well, I guess punishment, intermediate punishment like we use here in Pennsylvania, more of the monitoring, particularly of individuals with low violence crimes. Let's talk about a DUI or something like that. A possession, not a possession with intent to deliver, but a possession crime or something like that. What can we do to keep the recidivism rate down? And that's really what this was talking about. What can we do to keep the recidivism rate down? And our rate had made a 3% decrease in the last 4 years. I think it was, or 3 years, from 2010 through 2012 or 13. And I have to say that John Wetzel, my Secretary of Corrections, has been a leader in this area, and we have worked with the legislature, particularly Senator Stuart Greenlee from Montgomery County, to see how we can go about incarceration of those who need to be incarcerated and rehabilitation and reduction of recidivism on others.
It basically comes down to a lot of lives get thrown away, don't they? You're talking about nonviolent offenders who end up in prisons for long terms, and these are people that could be rehabilitated.
Well, it is, and you made a generalization there that I can't necessarily agree with, because it's very difficult to generalize this. You have to look at each case by case, but certainly we discussed the impact of the sentencing guidelines and the mandatory minimums on that. And I think we've gotten smarter on both of those, and that is helping with it. But also, what can you do for the person who went to jail, gets out, in regard to when they're looking for a job, they have to go through a background check. Since 9/11, almost every job has a background check. Particularly if there's any kind of sensitivity, or if you're around children, or if you're around security, there's a background check. And how do these people who have these convictions get jobs? And that's important, to find them jobs. And there are bills in the legislature right now about expungement. We do have the pardons process that is moving along, and there are a lot of people that request pardons. How do we make this system one that helps them, but also at the same time protects society? Because you may want to know that somebody has an offense, and particularly if it is a felony offense and or a violent offense, you may want to know that. So there's a lot of working with that. You just can't sit down and rewrite the rules and say, here, we're going to go completely by new rules right away.